being around, I was signed to Bangin' Production, affiliated with Coke Boys, and we put out that Turned Up. Now, things, things took a turn. Personal issues came into fold. Like, life happens. As you can see, we're in the middle of quarantine. Things are out of your control sometimes. I needed to step back and really, reevaluate what I wanted to do, which is when I came into contact with, I like to call him Mr. Carter, Brandon Carter, which is Megatron Music Group. Shout out to you, bro. He picked me up and gave me full creative control, which is why I'm here now putting out my new stuff, which I'm so excited about. I have a new single called Show Me Love. It's out on all platforms right now. It's coming off the heels of my single with Chris Brown, Gotta Have It All, which was released overseas. So I'm like kind of juggling both sides right now. Like, I'm kind of pinching myself. I thought I was going to be bi-coastal, but I happen to be bi-global now. Like, I'm excited.
But you saying Coke Boys, that's like one that like French Montana's thing? That's what you say you would do?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, yeah.
Okay, so what made you really want to be a rapper?
Well, I come from a family, a musical background. When I was young, my sister put me into piano class. I like to say I could have been the next Alicia Keys, you know what I'm saying? But as things have it, I was brought up in a single parent household. Mother worked, sometimes 3 jobs to keep everything afloat with me, my sister, my brother. And we made do, though. We made things happen. And she made sure that we had the outlet to keep going with putting us into, performance schools and things of that nature. My sister's in the music industry, so she kind of really guided me with a lot of things. And when I saw that you can be creative, make music, have a message and get checks, I was like, let's go. This is what I want to do. Like, I know for sure I want to be a rapper or an entertainer or an artist,
What's your hometown?
Shout out the Bronx.
Okay.
Harlem raised, though. I mean, shout out Uptown. I have to just shout out Uptown. HBO, I'm all over the place.
I think DJ Period from the Bronx.
Nah, I ain't from the Bronx.
Where you from?
I'm in Brooklyn right now.
Oh. Ain't like the same? Ain't it the same?
Hey,
Brooklyn,
all that
Bronx?
shit. All of them the same. There's some similarities, but everybody got their differences, man. The Bronx. I don't even go to the Bronx, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think I went to the Bronx No, I went to the Bronx one time, man. Dude tried to he tried to rob me from my Jordans, man. So I don't think I've been back.
Yeah, the Bronx is savage like that sometimes.
Yeah, they savage, man. I think, but the thing is, we was meeting up to like exchange something. Like he wanted something from me. I was gonna get something from him, but he tried to run off with with everything. What they say? Ran off on the plug.
Run off on the plug twice. Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to get me though, but it's all good. Yeah, but all the bros, man, they got their own they special things about them. So they got their own swag and everything. So I mean, salute, man. That's hard. Look, I know I got people in Harlem, but I mean, they say that's like a Bronx. What's that? Bronx South, Bronx North.
Because South Bronx, yeah.
Yeah, South Bronx, yeah. So you close, everybody all close by, man. It is what it is.
And who are some of your influences in music?
Well, I've always been a big Little Kim fan. Shout out to BK. You already know all day. I was actually born in BK. That's why I feel like I'm such a city girl, because I really, really worked in Queens, born in Brooklyn, raised in Harlem. Now I gang in the Bronx. Like, some shout out to Staten Island. You feel me? Like I'm all about New York. I live and breathe it. But Little Kim is somebody that I look up to. Jay-Z is somebody I look up to. Lil Wayne is somebody I look up to. Nicki is somebody I look up to. I mean, any female that's actually, doing anything, like I look up to, females that are just hustling and making it happen. Lauryn Hill, definitely.
I got a question about female. Look, this is my thing. I love female rappers too. I had a mixtape series back in the day. It was called Fact These Females Can Rap Too. But man, why females, if you could tell me, I haven't heard you do it in your music really, but why a lot of females feel like it could be only one female at the top? Like, a lot of male rappers all get that money, but like you don't ever hear like Jay-Z going at somebody talking about he the baddest, he this, he that.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because you know what? That's what I always be saying too when I go everywhere. Like, fuck out of here. Like, first of all, you go to a whole tour and you see all these niggas all together. It don't matter if they beefing or not. Everybody is together getting each other. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to women, I don't know. I don't know if it's just, the female syndrome. I mean, women, we have estrogen. It's a different type of, adrenaline.
She come on back on. She got stuck for a minute.
Oh,
Sorry
froze up a little.
Yeah, she probably come back on in a minute though.
My bad. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's just, female nature. I guess that's just what it is. You put a whole bunch of cats together and it's just going to be crazy. But I hope, one day, that's why I don't really try to do it too much in my music, even though, I will snatch a bitch up and it will get nasty if I have to.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But I try to lead by example, lead with unity and really try to show women that, like, we could all get this together. Like, I don't understand what's the problem.
It's a lot of money out there for y'all, man. Just, But
Exactly.
wait, and one more thing, man. What's up? Can you let everybody know how the Fred the Godson thing affected the Bronx? How the Fred the Godson's death affect the Bronx? Have you seen anything so far?
Yeah, it affected the Bronx tremendously. It affected New York tremendously. You know what I'm saying? Fred the Godson was a lyrical god. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so honored and humbled that I was actually able to get a feature with him. Also, from somebody of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you come out. I mean, nowadays you can put together anything. You know what I'm saying? You can go into a strip club, put a pretty girl together, tell her to rap this, tell her to rap that, and it's gonna work. If you're getting checks, paying rent, you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But when you actually getting homage from people like, I had a song with Jadakiss, I had a song with Fred the Godson, and getting some type of respect from these caliber of lyricists. Fuck a gender. These caliber of lyricists, like, is amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? These people are out here and they doing it. So it definitely rocked us, especially him being so young to me. I feel like, young men are dying every day. It's just crazy now because on top of the things that we already have to worry about, then here comes COVID. And it's like, we don't even know what the fuck this is about. Like, why this happened. Like, what the fuck? I feel like I'm in Avengers where fucking Thanos snapped his fingers and everybody just turned to stand. Like, the nigga was just here. Where the fuck did he go? I'm trying to understand what is really going on, So we all out here, prayers up to Fred the Godson and his family.
Shout out. Rest in peace.
So yeah, I just wanted you to talk about some of your projects. You kind of went into it a little earlier in the beginning.
Okay, so yeah, well, right now I'm pushing my song, Show Me Love. I'm working on my mixtape. I'm actually thinking about the name. I'm going to go live on my Instagram feed to find out, get some feedback on what should I call my next mixtape. My first mixtape was called The Evil Queen. At that time, I was like, Trina's the baddest. You got Nicki out here doing her thing. Like, you got, everybody claiming to be the baddest, but what is the epitome of bad? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to put out The Evil Queen. But now I feel like I'm not evil, I'm more evolved. So I want to be of a higher stature. I want to get more into the business nature of, the music industry, because that's where all the money is, real talk, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of stuff that I want to broaden my horizons with. Like I said, we're going to be putting together the mixtape. I'm working on that right now, putting out a song, videos. We got new songs coming out. Instagram, I'm going to be going live, and I'll be letting everybody know. If you follow me on @TheRealAnnaBaby, all my handles is @TheRealAnnaBaby. Follow me there. You can see all the stuff that I'll be putting up and posting, because now, especially during quarantine, I want to be able to engage and connect with people, do more of what we're doing here, so especially since I'm able to be home. Like, this is actually a good thing. Before I would have had to, get on a plane, train, automobile, whatever to get where I had to go. Whereas now I can really engage, and, schedule is actually picked up more now in COVID. Like, I have 3 conferences, 3 bookings, 3 this, 3 like back to back, because it's more convenient. So, my people's just keep your head up, look to the silver lining. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. And, I'm trying to be that example and show people how to do it.
Yeah, I think I heard your mixtape name. I like you said Evolved. I like that. I think that'll
You
work.
say you heard that Evolved? Yeah, I think that might have to be the next one, right? Like, something like that.
Yeah, Evolved. That's good. That's good.
Hey, we're Paul. I heard. I wanted to address this thing. You weren't throwing a shot when you said take a pretty girl from the strip club and turn into a rapper, right?
I mean, it's no shots fired. It's facts. It's facts. You can go into a Walmart and pick a bitch and she can rap. You know what I'm saying? But is she putting those, you know, what is she doing to bring to the table? And that's not today's day and age. That's no disrespect to absolutely nobody, because there's multiple so-called strippers, you know, rappers that came from the strip club. Like, it's not just, it didn't just start now. This has been going back, you know, way back or whatever. So, and that's, as a woman, like, these are the options that have been given to us. You know, a lot of times you a dope boy and you're a rapper. So a lot of times you a stripper and you a rapper. You know, like, those are the options that women have to go to. But I'm not here to be a preacher or teacher. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to just push my project and shit like that. But the fact is that anybody can rap. Nowadays, you got social media going, you got Instagram going, you got, you know, people being creative. They don't want to be in the spotlight, so they'll pass it over and you could be the puppet. Like, it can go any which way to make a buck, and people are with it. You know what I'm saying? People with the shits. So
I hear you.
There's no disrespect to nobody else. I just got to do what I got to do.
I heard you like earlier. You was mentioning a lot of lyricists, so I was saying, like, do you write all your music? Because it kind of like sound like you write your music. You know, like some artists don't really write them. Yeah, because I don't know if you heard this about Nicki Minaj, but I guess before she really got with Young Money, they were saying she went to Def Jam, and like, I guess it was Kevin Lyles. He was like, "We gonna sign you, but we want Joel Santana to write your music." She wouldn't do it. They said she write all her shit. So do you think that's important? Like, because I know Cardi B don't write it. That's the question. So I know.
I know that for fact.
Yeah. Do you think it's important writing your music?
Today, no. That's why I feel like I've evolved, because today, no. Back in the day, yes. Like, back in the day, I mean, when I had to, you know, before Jadakiss was willing to get on the track with me, I had to, like, literally rap for him. I had to rap for him. I had to, you know, perform for him. I had to show him my adrenaline and my stamina. And they just, you know, threw on the track and kept going and this, that, and I had to keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? And I was out of breath, like, oh my God, like, is this real? Like, I thought this shit was all, you know, silver jackets and, you know, flashing lights. I thought we was all just doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? But to see that this is really like an athletic sport, like, that's what makes me respect the game that much more. But the reality is that today's day and age, you can get it any which way. So for me to try to break somebody's back and say, oh, you gotta know how to write and you gotta be a lyricist, that's the only way you're gonna make it, that's not true anymore. It's not what it was. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could put it together and put it out. So that wouldn't really be my stance today. But I would say, be committed to it. If that's what you want to do, you want to be an artist, then you got to really put your full heart into it, because somebody else could really want that chance and you're just taking up spot, like, you're just crowding up the game, to me.
So when you do, so somebody was also saying, like, okay, when they do their top 5, they have to go off who writes. So do you think it makes important when you're going off your top 5, or you think it don't even matter if they write or not?
I guess I might just have to go with team. It don't even matter, because, like, really, it depends on if you go in. Am I talking about top 5 songs in general, or am I talking about top 5 rappers that rap
top 5 lyricists? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Top, like, 5 lyricists. Then yeah, I think you should be able to write your own shit. You know what I'm saying? I think so. If I'm gonna say you're a lyricist, because you can be a lyricist and not be the actual rapper. You don't have to be in the forefront. You just happen to have a lyricist that's the ghostwriter, that's putting everything together, and that's working it from behind the scenes and getting on his publishing and probably being the smartest one out of everybody on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, rest in peace to Young Freak, man. He told us, he said on the show, he said, do you want to get money and have a team behind you, or you want to not make money and write your own shit? Like, that's what he told us. I mean, and that's not a knock on everybody who write their raps, but you got a lot of people who, they want to just sit on the fact that I wrote this and I produced it on my own, but you ain't making no money with that shit. Like, exactly. But then when you do that, you get mad at the people who you think ain't writing, or you want to say, just because, like, for example, we know somebody that will say Cardi B shouldn't be where she at because she don't write her music. But it's the thing. She giving people what they want. If people are nodding their head to it, and people buying it, who care who wrote it?
Exactly. I agree with that.
I mean, that's
coming from me, who I do write my own shit, and I feel like I get an extra bonus when I see that credit that says, yes, this is actually written by, you know, and a baby. You know what I'm saying? That gives me that extra boost. But at the end of the day, if a good song is a good song, like, it's a good song. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I mean, I probably might remix it or put a couple of extra. I gotta fuck this bar up right here. I just gotta put a little extra stamp on this.
And
So
you probably got
know
people that do that too.
I had my hand on this.
The thing is too, that Michael didn't write his shit, but Prince wrote his. But Michael didn't write none of his shit.
That is true. I was gonna say a lot of big hits that you hear today.
Michael Jackson that wrote his music?
No, he didn't write none of that shit. Prince wrote his stuff.
Back in the day, you would get a CD and in the back it would have credits, and the credits would be like a whole soliloquy of like names.
Yeah.
But it would be these are names of people that wrote on one fucking song, like one song. These niggas is happy off of that one word and that one bar. They want their pubs. They wrote on this shit. Like that's what it was, and people were open off of it. And I think, I don't know, a lot of times today people don't give credit where credit is due. People are ready to throw you away or say you the one that fucked it up, but when you actually did something good, people don't want to pat you on your back. Like we live in a very egotistical world. Like, so you just make what work with you with what you got, you know what I'm saying, with what works with your integrity and your character. If that's what you can do for you, then do it.
True. Man, what are some things you like to do outside of music?
Well, I like to stay the fuck home, so this is not that bad, for me. This is not that bad. But I like my family, hanging out with my family, you know what I'm saying? Actually, like eating, big plates and, food, and we just all breaking bread and just moment and savor the moment. But I like bowling. I like, going out, strip clubs. Speaking of, no irony, no pun intended. I like turning up, you know what I'm saying? Doing hood rat things with my hood rat friends a lot of the times, and
it happens.
making sure my bills get paid. That's what I like to do, really, because it's not always all about music. What I know now is branching out, branding yourself and getting into other criterias are a good thing. I want to start using my platform for charitable organizations and seeing how, I can help, engage and cross that bridge over, because like, I'm a girl from the hood at the end of the day. And even though I'm doing good for myself, I want to always be able to give back to the community. That's the whole point of what I'm doing, so I'll do the best that I can.
What kind of charities you want to get involved with?
Well, actually, my cousin, she's a preacher's wife, shout out to Christina. And she actually has an organization with her little sister, my younger cousin, and it's for like sex trafficking. So I think I may dibble and dabble in that. Like, it really just depends on what really hits home for me, anything with babies that feel that need, they need food. It's so many things that need help. Mental disorder, I have had situations, with women and infertilities and fertility problems and things like that. So, I mean, especially right now in the COVID, it's like, I think more people need that solace and need that, the extra boost and extra help.
And what do you see your career like? I guess like, just say like 5 years from now, as far as with the music, where you want to be?
5 years from now, I hope to have like published a book, have a house, probably directing, I want to get into directing music videos. That's something that I started to like get more into production, I guess. Maybe even curate artists, like, and really be able to give them a platform. My other cousin also, his name is JB, shout out to Jason Bourne, rest in peace. He just passed away. He worked with a lot of, organizations also to give like showcases to up and coming indie artists. And I love that he had that opening for artists, because especially in New York, everybody's the big top dog, you know what I'm saying? So nobody want to give you your spot. Nobody want to lend the mic to let you, show them what you got or whatever. So when you do have those opportunities to open up and let, artists come out and start branching out and start, seeing what it's about, like, that's always a good thing. So I kind of want to, continue that legacy for him, and keep going from there. Keep seeing what doors will open up for me.
I say, isn't it really harder for women though? Because I mean, they already don't want to give rappers a shot, but I think, isn't it harder for women rappers? Or is it easier?
Okay, yes, it is easier, right? I'm not going to take that away. More women now are able to get on. More women are able to be heard. Like, people are actually like giving us the time of day to actually, all right, Mom, I'm gonna let you spit 4 bars. Let me hear what you got to say, right? Okay, but it's still so a long way to go. Cause like we were talking about earlier, you can have a whole tour of a whole bunch of niggas, but then you'll just have 4 bitches. So these are the top 4 bitches. We're gonna just go with the top 4. Like you don't have that whole diversity of vibes of what, you know, women could do. It's like always a season. It's like, this is her season in the summer, and this is her season in the fall, and this is her season in the spring. Like, bitch, I'm all motherfucking year. Like,
like, yeah, you don't see, you don't see female, you don't see female rappers like the equivalent of like a Riff Raff. Like, he ain't no top nothing, but that nigga out there getting money, man. Like,
right.
He
Like,
out there, he's doing
like,
it.
there's equivalent to Riff Raffs, there's equivalent to Blueface, there's equivalent to, you know, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. But I'm just saying, these are different calibers of different echelons, and there's an equivalency of women out there that making it happen. And I see them coming up. I'm not saying that they're not. I see them coming up, but I think that's still the fight for women, because when I still go into the door and it's like, oh wait, hold up, Anna, because we already got too many females here. It's just like, what, nigga? Like, man, my fucking song is on a motherfucking billboard. Where the fuck are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me. So I'm also learning, you know, I'm trying to get into edit class. They trying to class me up and shit like that, you know, to try to, you know, be able to cross over into different targets and audiences and things like that. And I think that's what, you know, we just as a culture have to learn how to evolve. Like I keep saying over and over again, I think this might be the mixtape name, evolve, you know, over and over again. We just have to learn how to evolve beyond our boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Because we stop ourselves from getting to where we gotta go.
I think we already asked that though.
Oh, about New York sound?
Oh no, you ask her.
Oh yeah, we got a question in the chat room. They asked, how you feel about the New York sound? Do you feel like it's turning into a Pop Smoke vibe? Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. But do you feel like how you feel about the current New York rap scene?
I feel like there's 2 versions of the New York. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have like the boom bap and the, you know, the old school rap and the 90s and stuff like that. That is still heavy. You could throw that on and niggas are still wowing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas are still going off. But then you do have this new Pop Smoke, you know, culture, the Gen Z, you know what I'm saying, shit. And I think it's lit. Wherever we could do to express ourselves, you can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? When I think of it, I fucks with it. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the vibes. And that's what I'm not so much into lyrics. I'm more so into a vibe, what I'm feeling in that moment. You know what I'm saying? What I'm feeling swaggy to. You know what I'm saying? What I'm getting my bags.
I say, do you remember your first rap name?
Let me see. My first rap name, I wanted to call myself Phoenix, but I almost had to beat a girl up because she wanted to come into my little tribe and like fake punk me out and like be my friend and like took my whole swag, took my whole everything. I had my hair red. I was ready to go ahead. Like it was all set in stone. And she left with the name. I see her, you know, a couple of days later, I see a flyer. She's coming out. She got I'm like looking at myself and she got it or whatever. Went to her manager. Yeah, I'm knocking on the door like, bitch, come out. Like, I'm ready to fight you over a name. Like, so after I fucks the bitch up and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? After we get there, I realized, you know, that I can't keep fighting people over the things that I can't control. Like, there's no way to control somebody from like trying to, you know, take something that you feel that's yours. And then that's when I decided to call myself Anna Baby, because my real name is Sally Anna, because I'm half Black and half Puerto Rican. And I'm also the baby of the family. So it just meshed together that I took Anna Baby, and I felt like no one could really take that from me because that's really me. That's who I am.
You remember your first song?
No, that I don't remember my first song.
All right. DJ Perry got a question for you.
Yo, okay. I usually ask everybody the same question before we ride off. But if you could sit down with anybody in history, anybody in the history of our existence, who would you choose, or who would you choose, and what would you ask them?
I would have to sit down with God, because if I could sit down with God or Jesus, I'll take his son. I'll take Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to sit down. If this means I can still be alive, and I just need to have a talk with him and just ask him a few questions. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down with God for a second because I'm gonna need to know, like, I know you have a plan for us and everything, and I'm really not supposed to be questioning you. But since I am already a female and you already knew that what I do, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to know, with all due respect, like, what's really, really next, you know what I'm saying? And like, can we live, you know, can you forgive me for everything all the bullshit I did, because I'm still be doing it. So I just need to know if I could get that approval up front. Yeah, that would be the convo.
He'll probably be like, yo, you're gonna have to go somewhere and sit down for a little bit. But
go sit down
he ain't gonna be
somewhere. But you still love me though. You still love me though. Got you, Jesus. I know you still love me though.
Look, we could we could shift it for a second before you go. What you think happened to people after they pass away?
I don't know. It's up to the universe. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's a higher power over us. Whatever your religion or your spirit tells you it is, then by all means, pray to that. But I definitely believe there's a higher power. And I think that we're like spiritual beings we're energy. So once that energy physically leaves our body, like, I think it probably reunites with another energy, which can be created into another being, or can be created into another flow. Because outside of this world, period, just the universe is so mass and so vast, you don't know. And I do know that we are energy. Like, we get our energy from the sun. We produce energy. Like, we are energetic. So I think in some way our energy moves to another state or being, whatever that may be.
Hey, Paul, what they used to say when we was little, that little heifer been here before.
What? Ninja, let me tell you.
They used to say that. Didn't they say that back in the day? They were a little kid acting up. They'd be like, that little heifer been here before. Meaning.
Let me tell you something, Ninja. What? I mean, I'm a Pisces, but
Me too.
Oh shit.
That's problems.
What I'm talking about?
That's problems.
You see what I'm talking about?
Wait, what day? What day?
Well, I'm the 20th of March.
Of what? Oh,
March.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in February 23rd.
Child,
yeah, Pisces, listen, that's bad stuff.
Yeah, we're not the best sign in the zodiac. I'm gonna let y'all know. Come Clean DVD. I'm gonna let y'all know. Pisces is not really the best sign in the zodiac. We're the fucking greatest, my nigga. Like, fuck out of here.
But you do a lot of shit. But you do a lot of shit on impulse, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, because it's a feeling. It's a feeling. I gotta go with this feeling. And you know what it is? Because I hate the most if you have a feeling and you know you're supposed to go on that feeling and you don't, and that shit comes back around and you're like,
you feel bad.
Shit, I was supposed to do that. I will really sit up like all night on that shit, because it's like, you were supposed to fucking do that. You know you're supposed to trust yourself. If there's no one else, trust yourself.
Truth. Yep.
And what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Thank you, guys. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for, coming this far with me. Thank you to all my new followers. If you don't know who I am, you can follow me on the gram at The Real Anna Baby. That's my Twitter, my Snapchat, SoundCloud. Everything is at The Real Anna Baby. Get at me. Leave comments, leave feedback. I want to know what you think. You can definitely go get my song, Show Me Love. It's available on all sites and platforms right now. And we'll definitely be around. Yeah.
Yeah, we about to play that song right now.
Let's go. Shout out Megatron. Shout out Shelly Moneybags. Show Me Love. Let's go.
Do it. I got all of it. Hey, they want me to type the
what?
The IG name in there. Hold on, I'm gonna type it real quick. I think I got it.
Show me love, life is too short for hate. All these numbers on my baby, and I promise for the taking. Show me love, hoping that you see the face. Got a mission and a vision, snitches, haters get up on my way. Show me love. Show me love.
I wonder if I wanted to share this where everybody can come in here and watch it. How can I do that? I don't know how to do that yet.
To do it for my whole team. Now we live and sipping juicy. In the nosebleed. Friends are waiting for my uprise. Haters praying for my downfall. Haters praying for your downfall. Really thinking I should flex more. Show me love. Life is too short. numbers on my baby, and the promise for the taking. Show me love, show me love. Hope you're not just saving face. Got a mission and a vision. Bitches hitters get up on my way. Show me love, show me love. Show me love, show me love.
We'll get a drink.
Show me love, show me love. Show me love, show me love. Show me love, show me love. Took me out of dark place. I ain't even like my own face. Had to satisfy my own taste. 40,000 for the same way that I flipped another quarter case. Had to magnify my own fate. Take control and find a better way. No more tripping, flip them packs a day. Remember people that'll show you things. Remember people that'll show you better. Remember people that don't owe you things. Remember people that don't know you better. A-Rock always in a full suit. So I'm thinking he should cut ties. Spitting out in Cashville. Ohio can see him Buckeyes. They don't want to see you stun. They just want to see you stun. You are looking at the chat. I'm the one. They don't want to see you stun. They just want to see you stun. You are looking at a champ. I'm the one. Show me love, show me love. Life is too short for hate. All these rappers are my baby, and the promise for the taking. Show me love, show me love. Hope you're not just save a face. Got a mission and a vision. Bitches hitters get up on my way. Show me love, show me love.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this interview. I'm gonna throw it on YouTube. I meant to cut it off before the song, but I just leave the song in there still.
Show me love, show me love. Show me love, show me love. Everybody steady jacking me, but these dummies never stopping me. Know that I'm a prodigy, and they know my mob deep. Get the bottles, get the fucking paper, sir. No advice, no performance. Get the motherfucking paper. Thinking I'm a carousel.
Never shake it wild. Drink some that into a little by. Back about. This is a chance to live and buy.
Show me love, show me love. Hope you're not just in the face. Got a mission and a vision. Bitches hitters get up on my way. Show me love, show me love. 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 Show me love, show me love.
All right, that was Show Me Love by Anna Baby. Yeah, that was fire.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Gracias.
Oh, anytime. We hope to have you back on in the future too. You know, we like to bring everybody back on. You know, chart where they going, where they progress. Man, you know, we fuck with you. So you part of the family forever.
Yay, thank you. I'm happy about that. I mean, listen, I told you, like I said, mixtape was dropping, video was dropping. So when I have those done, I'm definitely going to be back too. You know, I would love to, premiere with you guys.
Sure, appreciate it.
For sure.
All right,
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, you want to say your social media one more time? So they can follow you and everything?
Yes, definitely. I want you guys, you got it, baby. Follow me at The Real Anna Baby. That's all my handles. You can get my Show Me Love single on Tidal, iTunes, Spotify. Hit me up. You already know what's up. Shout out Megatron. Thank you so much, Shelly. And get at me, dog.